Start today.
And thank you for joining us for the Record. Once more, Maureen Gavin and Stacey Ashmore with Just Say Something. This is so eye-opening, and I know that there are a lot of parents and aunts and uncles and grandparents and caregivers and older siblings, because Maureen was telling me, because sometimes these vapes get passed along by older siblings. Just Say Something is so wonderfully proactive with parenting classes. So let's go right there. Tell us about, and these parenting classes are free for families that have children 6 to 11 years old. I'm assuming that's an age range that you all really care a great deal about. Stacey, in those parenting classes, give us a little bit about what parents and caregivers need to know about preventing vaping and smoking.
Yes, our Parenting Wisely class starts from birth to 9 years old. Our back and control classes from 9 years old and older.
Wonderful.
I also come in and talk with the parents about the dangers of vaping and tobacco smoking and drugs. A lot of the things that we inform the parents on about, some of the parents don't even know about, especially with these new devices. But one of the things that we really emphasize with a lot of our parents is really have that conversation with your children about drugs, alcohol, and tobacco.
Say something.
Just say something.
Well, Maureen, you and Stacey are saying something when you go to schools, and how wonderful that these area schools invite y'all in. Give us a little background on what are you hearing from the students, and what are they learning from you, and then what are you learning in turn from what you hear?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of great engagement across elementary, middle, and high school. We're hearing from students that it is really a vaping epidemic. A lot of them are vaping, have started vaping since young kids, and I think that it all starts with parenting and good relationships and positive habits, which there's no shame in getting help. And sometimes there's no rule book on parenting. You might need help. You might need assistance, and so, but just starting with those ongoing and open, honest conversations with your kids, I think is a great start.
When did you first hear that some elementary school kids are doing this?
When we got called into an elementary school, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
So the school reported it to y'all?
Yes.
And then they asked for a program? That's how that works?
Yes, ma'am.
And how do you tell an elementary school kid? Like, I mean, it's a hard enough thing to get them to put a jacket on when it's cold outside.
Yeah.
How do you educate a little kid, Stacey, that this is a long-term health issue that they're
Well,
starting?
we start out with the lungs, and once the smaller kids see those lungs, they're, oh!
You show them those nasty things.
We show them those nasty things, and then we go into the dangers of how it's going to affect them, not only just them, their future. Down the road, going to high school, trying to go to college, will you be ready to be prepared? Because your brain
it can't grow with all of that.
25 years of age is when you're developing your brain. Brain is developed, fully developed, and you're damaging it now at the age of 6, 7, and 8 years old. Will you finish high school? Will you finish middle school? How will your behavior be?
Maureen, also just it goes to addiction. I mean, is vaping? No, there was a lot of debate about cigarette smoke and marijuana smoke, and is that a gateway drug? Is vaping kind of a gateway to other things? Because it's addiction.
I think, yeah, nicotine is one of the most addictive drugs, and I think 90% of addictions start in childhood. So the earlier you start vaping, the more susceptible you are to develop an addiction into adulthood. So it really does start from a young age, and I think nicotine is not something to overlook in terms of addiction and drug use. And
prevention is really the key. Are kids listening when you talk to them? Are they understanding the dangers, and what's the pressure to do it? Is there peer pressure like there used to be for cigarettes? Is it the same for vaping?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a fad. I think when the vapes originally came out, they were heavily marketed towards a younger generation, and it just kind of had a snowball effect. Yeah, and they're interested in them. It's cool. They want to do what other people are doing, and so when we go in, we have to meet them at their level and try to develop a relationship with them, talk to them on a basis where they feel like they can trust us and open up, and then they're going to be more receptive to hearing about what you have to say.
What are you learning from them?
We're learning that it's hard to be a kid growing up, going to high school. they're going through a lot of things that, you know, we can't necessarily address in those short sessions, and a lot of them are looking for an outlet. Which is why we try to promote those healthy lifestyles and try to bridge the gap and bring families closer together.
And Stacey, I know you're very involved with the sports program. I mean, is that a good diversion, or is that something to help them understand how important their health is and just have something else to focus on?
Important how their health is. We try to get them outside. Not only we just do flag football, basketball, train them, and with soccer, we also educate them before doing the game. We stop practice. We talk about drugs, alcohol, and tobacco also. So it's really a wonderful program, our youth sports program, and we're trying to develop it, trying to get it to grow through donations. We work with Title I schools, 6 of them, and a couple of them have called us to come in to do vaping classes.
How marvelous. I just want to kind of wrap it up with both of you talking about Just Say Something. It's the name of this wonderful group. But Maureen, how do you just say something, and to whom? Your child, your sibling, what do you say and how do you say it?
I think you just have to be receptive and listen to other people, listen to the people around you, give feedback, be open to feedback, and understand that this whole vaping epidemic is a community-wide issue. It's preventable, and the more conversations we have and the more people we talk to about it, the more effective we can be as a community.
How positive. Stacey, what's that first line when you're going to just say something?
Just say something. Just say something is the first line. That's what I tell all parents. Just say something. It doesn't matter what the conversation. Your children want to be heard. Your children want to be a part of something. It's up to you to say something to that child.
Take the phone away and just say something.
Yes.
Stacey and Maureen, thank you so much for everything that Just Say Something and that you all are doing in our community.
Yes, ma'am.
And we want to invite you all to join us on March 27th as we continue our conversation about young people and drugs in our upcoming Chronicle State of Addiction. Be sure to join us Thursday night, March 27th at 8 o'clock in the evening for a closer look at the opioid crisis and also the far-reaching effects that it's having on young adults and on families. It's all about addiction, oftentimes beginning with vaping, and we again appreciate Just Say Something. We'll be right back to wrap up For the Record. Don't go away.